Good morning, students. Welcome to the Science One lecture. As we are continuing the yesterday topic, work and energy. What we discussed yesterday is from how long the work and energy terms are being used, what exact activity we are doing actually is called scientific work and general work. We have differentiated between what actually the scientific work and general work is. We have also discussed the formula for the work done, that is work equals to force into displacement. Also, we had discussed the definition for work done is when the work is done, work is done, work is said to be done with force applied on an object causes displacement of the object. Whenever you apply any force on an object, the displacement, so we said the work is done in that activity. Hence, on multiplying the applied work quantity. Next, again, we have discussed about the further examples in which the work is done. We have find out the component of force applied, that is the part of force actually used in activity which actually works. So not a total force we applied is used to carry out the activity, only a component we have discussed yesterday. Hence, to elaborate the component to discuss is further in very well. We have also formulated this with the help of diagram. That the F1 is the component of force in the particular direction, the quantity of reduced force. Actually, it is not a full force. Hence, we have applied here quantity of force, but not a total force applied used in carrying this cart. Only F1 quantity of force. It is a that F into cos theta. Its value is full when the cos theta is 0, and its value is 0 when cos theta is 90 degree. We have already discussed in this table. When theta is equals to 0, cos theta value is 1, hence we get a maximum work done. Next, when the theta is 90 degree, cos 90 is equals to 0, hence minimum work done or no work done. And when the theta is 180 degree, the cos theta value is minus 1, hence we get a negative work done or work done in opposite direction. We have also take some of the examples where the work is done or not. Now today, further in the same topic, we are going to discuss the unit of work done. Since force have its unit, the unit of force is Newton and displacement meter. Hence, on multiplying Newton and meter, we get the unit of work. So work is a measurable quantity. Therefore, it can be measured in some of the unit, which is Newton into meter. In SI system, the unit of work is Newton. International standard, the force is measured in Newton, and the unit of displacement is meter. So unit of work is Newton meter. It is called joule. Now the single unit in which we can call the unit of is joule, but joule is nothing but Newton meter. And what is Newton exactly? It is a kilogram kg per meter per second square. Newton is also separated into the Newton is nothing but a unit of force. Formula of force is mass. Newton is nothing but kg meter per second square. Now the displacement is meter. Combinedly, Newton meter unit called as a joule. So 1 joule, how can we define 1 joule as? If a force of 1 displace an object through 1 meter in the direction of force. in the direction of force, if we are applying of force, therefore object moves through a 1 meter, then we can say work done on the object is 1 joule. So when a 1 joule work is done, when 1 Newton of force is applied, so the object displaced 1 meter. In that case, we say the 1 joule of work is done. Therefore, 1 joule equals to 1 Newton into 1 meter. Therefore, 1 joule, J is the symbol of joule, is equals to 1 Newton into 1 meter. System, the unit of force is dyne and that of displacement is centimeter. This is SI system and CGS system are two terms in which we can measure some quantities. In CGS system, centimeter, gram, second. CGS means centimeter, gram, second, in which the distance is measured in centimeter, mass is measured in gram in place of kilogram, and time is in second. Distance in place of meter in CGS system, we measured it in centimeter, the unit is less. In place of kilogram, we use in gram, therefore the unit of force become dyne. Unit of force become dyne. In SI system, the unit of force is, but in CGS system, the unit of force is dyne and that of displacement is centimeter, since the distance measured in CGS system in centimeter. Thus, the unit of work done is dyne centimeter. Dyne centimeter is the unit of work done in CGS system. These are the two kinds of system, SI system and CGS system. The unit of work in SI system is joule and unit of work done in CGS system is erg. Okay, erg is nothing but dyne centimeter. Now, 1 erg is nothing but if a force of 1 dyne displaces an object through 1 centimeter. If we apply a 1 dyne of force on any object and that object get displaced through 1 centimeter in the direction of force, the amount of work done is 1. When we can say the 1 erg of work is done, when 1 dyne of force is applied, so the object displaced through 1, then we can say 1 erg of work is done in the direction of applied force. Therefore, 1 erg is equals to 1 dyne to 1 centimeter. Relationship between joule and erg. We know that 1 Newton is equals to 10 raised to power 5 dyne. So, Newton is a large unit and dyne is a small unit. In 1 Newton of force, raised to power 5 dyne. It means nearly 1 lakh dyne in 1 unit only. 1 lakh dyne contain. So 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter, 10 raised to power 2 centimeter. Therefore, Newton and meter is a large unit. Dyne and centimeter are small unit. Therefore, erg is a small unit of work done and joule is a large unit of work. Now, how can we establish relation between joule and erg? Since we know 1 Newton is equals to 10 raised to power 5 dyne and 1 meter is equals to 10 raised to power 2 centimeter. Therefore, putting those values in the formula in the relation of work is equals to force into displacement. 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton into 1 meter. In joule, we take force in Newton and displacement in meter. Now 1 joule is equals to, now replace this 1 Newton in place of 1 Newton, put 10 raised to power 5, means 1 Newton is equals to 10 raised to power 5 dyne. Therefore, in place of 1 Newton, we can put 10 raised to power 5 dyne and 1 meter. 1 meter is equals to 10 raised to power 2 centimeter. Therefore, in place of 1 meter, we can put 10 raised to power 2 centimeter. Now on multiplying those 10 raised to power 5 and 10 raised to power 2, it becomes 10 raised to power 7 Newton centimeter. As you know all the properties of exponent and component in mathematics, if the base is same, the power get add. Hence, there is a 10 raised to power 7 Newton centimeter. Hence, 1 joule is equals to 10 raised to power 7 erg. Now, this is the relationship. You should remember 1 joule is equals to 10 raised to power 7 erg. 10 raised to power 7 erg. Now, this is what the unit of work done is. In SI system, it is joule. In CGS system, it is erg. And what is the relation between joule and erg? 1 joule is equals to 10 raised to power 7 erg. Okay. Now, positive work and zero work. Discuss the direction of force and displacement in each of the following cases. On of direction in which force is applied and displacement occurs on those bases, we can differentiate work done into positive, negative, and zero work. Okay. Pushing a stalled vehicle. Now, in this example, think on it. Pushing a stalled vehicle. In which direction the force you are applying and in which direction the displacement. If the applied force and the direction of displacement is same, then we call it is a positive. It is positive work. In second example, catching the ball which your friend has thrown towards you. Now the direction of ball is, what is the direction of ball is, and for catching this ball, in which direction you are applying actually. So in this example, you are applying a force in opposite direction to the direction of that ball. So this is the example of negative work done. Tying a stone to one end and a string and swinging it round and round by other end of the string. In this example, what happened? Tying a stone to one end of a string and swinging it round and round. In this example, you are applying a force towards that stone, but the stone is revolving. So what is the direction of stone? It is tangential. Tangential is perpendicular to the radius, where the force and displacement are perpendicular to each other, making 90 degree of angle between them. The work is zero. This is the example of zero work done. Walk and down a staircase, climbing a tree. What is this example? Which kind of work done occurs here? Negative or zero? Walking up, you are applying, while walking, we actually apply the force in direction. So we go forward. To move forward, we have to apply a force in opposite direction. We apply force in opposite direction through our legs. We actually jerk our leg in forward direction, backward direction. So we move forward. So walking up and down a staircase. While walking up, we actually apply the force on the stair in downward direction and we steps up. So the force and our displacements are actually in opposite direction. This is the example of negative work done. It's the example of negative work done. While coming to the climbing a tree, actually climbing a tree, we are displacing, we are making our motion on upside. Okay, but how where we are applying, in which direction force we are applying, we are actually hold a tree. So actually we are applying here the force and displacement in same direction. We are pulling ourselves in up direction and climbing the tree. Hence, we are the force and displacement in same direction. So this is the example of positive work done. Stopping by applying brakes. Stopping a moving car by applying a brakes. You will notice that in some of the stopping a moving car by applying brake. This is the example of positive, negative, or zero work done. When we apply a brake, what happens? The wheel stop rotating. The wheel stop rotating. Now, wheel stop rotating. What happened? The car stop automatically. So this is the example of zero work done. Now you will notice that in some of the above examples, the direction of the force and displacement are same. In some other cases, the direction are opposite to each other, while in some cases, they are perpendicular to each other. In these cases, the work done by the force is as follows. Now see this example in this figure. A man is drawing a water from well. Okay, he is carrying a water from well. Now the water is in bucket is displacing upward. It is moving up. Means the direction of displacement is upward. But what he does, he is pulling thread towards himself. Means he is force downward. Yes or not? If he pulls a rope towards him, therefore the rope actually bring the bucket upward. So the displacement of this bucket is upward and the force applied by this man is downward. So the direction. So therefore it is a example of, this is the example of negative work done. When the force and displacement are in same direction, the theta is 0, the work done by the force is positive. See here in the second example, F means force, the block, and whatever the object you are moving, that is displacement. Having a showing same arrow, it means force and displacement is in same direction. If you calculate between these two, it is on zero angle. Zero angle between force and displacement. The zero angle theta is equals to 0 degree. Done is by force is positive. Work done is positive in this case. So remember, student, when the work is positive, when force and displacement are in same direction, force and displacement are in same direction, we can say the work is positive. Second one, when the force and the displacements are in opposite direction, therefore theta is equals to 180 degree. Theta is equals to 180 degree. Everyone should know how the 180 angle is shown. It is a straight line. It is a straight line like this one example. The force and displacement are in a line but in opposite direction. Force is moving this side, and displacement is moving this side. So this is the work done is negative. This is the example of negative work done. When the work done is negative, when there is a theta or angle exists between force and displacement is 180 degree. When there is angle of 180 degree, the work done is negative. Third one, when the applied force does not cause any displacement or when the displacement are perpendicular to each other, that is theta is equals to 90 degree, the work done by the force is 0. Work done is 0. Force and displacement are in 90 degree. They are making perpendicular to each other. They are 90 degree between them. This is while making the 90 degree, cos 90 is equals to 0. Since the cos 90 is equals to 0, the work done is 0. Or another way to show the work done is 0, that is if displacement is 0, if displacement not occur, work done is not done. Since force is 0, if the force quantity is 0, if you don't apply a force, work could not be done. So there are three cases which show the work done is 0. First one is if displacement is 0, the work done is 0. If the force is 0, work done is 0. If there is a force and displacement, but the force and displacement are in 90 degree of angle, then also work done is 0. As F and D are perpendicular to each other, work done is 0. If 90 degree of angle between force and displacement, work done is 0. If 0 degree of angle between force and work done is positive. When 180 degree of angle between force and displacement, work done is negative. Now another one activity to understand, take a plastic cup and make a hole in the center of its bottom. This one is a plastic cup and there is one hole. Take a long thread, double it and pass it through the hole. Now take this long thread, okay, make a hole at the bottom of the cup and pass through the hole. Tie a thick enough knot at the end, so tie a knot, tie a knot so the thread will not move out of the cup. Yes, plastic cup. Tie a knot. Okay. This is a knot and this is a nut. Taking care of the two loose ends are below the bottom of the cup. Tie a knot each to the two in the figure. Now these are the two nuts. Tie ends of this thread. Now do the following. As shown in figure A, put the cup on the table, keep one of the nuts in the cup and let the thread carrying the other nut hang down along the side of the table. What happens? When you put a thread tying a nut inside a cup, like one nut hanging from the table. Now what happened in this case? Due to think over it, what the gravitation actually does on it. Next one is action in figure B when the cup is sliding along the table. Now in picture B, if the cup starts sliding, in first example, if this nut pulls the cup, plastic cup downward, slides it while sliding in second figure, while sliding, when the cup is sliding along the figure, stop it by putting a ruler in its path, so it will get stopped, will not slide further. As shown in figure C, now figure C, keep the cup at the center of the table and leave the two nuts hanging on opposite side. Now, in third case, you are doing the two nuts actually on one side this one and another side this one. Hang from the table and keep the cup at the middle. Okay. Now, observing these three experiments, answer questions. Figure 1, why does the cup get pulled? Why does the cup get pulled? In first example, in first figure, this cup get pulled. What is the reason behind it? Since this nut is heavy and the gravity is pulling it downward, so the cup area is more and the friction is less between the cup and the table. So this nut, so this through the thread, the plastic cup will get slide towards the nut. So after some time it will get fall. It will get fault. But what is the relation between then what second one? Question. Figure B. What is the relation between the displacement of curve and the force applied to the ruler? What is the displacement? What is the relation between and the force? Force is in the direction of thread, and you are putting a ruler perpendicular. Area of contact between table and ruler is more. Okay, and since the nut is not enough, can pull the ruler. Not enough have its pulling power to pull the ruler. Third one, why does the curve get displaced? Why doesn't curve get displaced in third example? Because there are two nuts hanging on either side of the table. Since the same gravitational force pulling down and the same gravitational force pulling down this nut with same force. So on applying same force, the cup will not get displaced anymore. What is the type of work in A, B, and C? What is the in first example there is force downward and force and displacement in sidewise. So there is a 90-degree angle. So we can say that there is no work done. Work is not done there. In second example, on putting ruler there, the cup will get stopped. So on applying the force in downward direction, even the cup will not get displaced. Displacement is zero. Hence the work done is zero. On third example also, there is a force applying in downward direction, but cup is not get displaced. In this example also, work done is zero. Either all in these cases, work done is zero because in this case, displacement and force is 90-degree, displacement is zero, displacement is zero. So because of this, displacement is zero, the work done is zero. In the three action above, what is the relationship between the
Hello, sir.